Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Terrifying Tuesday on this channel where we talk about all things horror. And today we're going to talk a little bit about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. What we know and what we'd like to see. So let's jump right into it. With a release date of March 22nd, it's not that long before Frozen Empire comes out. So the official synopsis says, when the discovery of an ancient artifact unleashes an evil force, the old Ghostbusters and the new Ghostbusters have to come together to stop a new ice age from happening. And of course, it's a supernatural ice age. So you would have ghosts involved in this situation, of course. And it's an interesting premise to think about a ghost causing something like the Ice Age. Now, it also is said that this ghost is so terrifying that people that see it are legitimately scared to death. You know, that it can cause them anyway to be scared to death. So that in itself is an interesting premise for this movie as well. And the movie sees all the original cast come back, as well as the cast from Ghostbusters Afterlife. And we get to see them come to New York to team up with the original Ghostbusters, who we only got to see briefly in Afterlife. Now, this is an exciting premise. I've heard a couple things about it that we're going to talk about. Some stuff that has some people a little bit worried. The number one thing is that in the trailer we see a lot of fan service going on. Like the little mini marshmallow men from Ghostbusters Afterlife are there. Slimer is there. The one guy who's sort of a jerk is back from the original Ghostbusters. And this stuff kind of is that fan service that has some people wondering if this movie is going to be good or not. It's okay to have a little bit of fan service in the movie, but when you have this fan service, is it catering too much? And that's the concern here. But that was the concern from the last one. People wondered if it wasn't just a big fan service movie. And now you have the sequel to Afterlife coming out. And it has this really interesting villain, but people have already begun to ask the question. I'm going to tell you, there are a lot of really cool things in this trailer as well. There's a lot of things that they do that tell me that they're going to have original ideas here. The ghost looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing and scary and just awesome. And then you have the drone trap. And the drone trap looks really cool too. So you have all this stuff going on with this movie. You have the returnees. Kelly Spengler, played by Carrie Coon. Phoebe Spengler, played by McKenna Grace. You have Gary Gruberson, played by Paul Rudd. You have Trevor Spengler, played by Finn Wolfhard. Kelsey O'Connor comes back as Lucky. And of course, Podcast, played by Logan Kim, is coming back. This is where it gets very interesting because we have William Atherton as Walter Peck again. I don't know who wouldn't be excited to see this character back, whether you loved him or hated him. He caused a lot of problems for the team. So this cast seems top notch. The cast looks like they're having fun in the trailer, and that's something else too to be excited about. When you look at a movie and the trailer gives you a little bit of fan service, but it also gives you some of the stuff that looks new and looks refreshing, that's a good thing. And this movie looks like it's going to do just that. This movie looks like it knows what it's supposed to be. And it knows what it needs to be. So, for me, my excitement level went up when I saw this trailer. So, what I want to see from this movie, though, is I want to see them capture that fan nostalgia while definitely giving us some new things. And not just cool devices, but things we haven't seen before. Maybe not follow the formula as much. Maybe we see someone get hurt. Someone that we love is put in danger in this film. That would be super exciting to me, to see someone that we cared about in the films get hurt or be in danger, because that intensifies the story in a way that would be needed to have some sort of threat level. Because this character alone, just looking scary, doesn't necessarily mean anything. This character being scary is not going to give us these vibes. This character looks really scary, but they have to present him as a terrifying threat. If they don't do that, then this ghost means nothing. The story itself, just having an ice age where a bunch of ghosts come up, that in itself wouldn't be original to just have that happen. This has to be another level of threat. Maybe these ghosts don't respond to their typical traps. Maybe something happens here where they are all put in a situation where a lot of the people around them have disappeared. Remember, there was supposed to be a video game where they were essentially in the world of the dead, where all the people in New York were ghosts and it was just the Ghostbusters around. That would have been a really cool premise for a movie, but it never ultimately got made. Doing something like that here and just not showing us that part in the trailer might be really, really cool. Going into this and seeing a level of threat unlike anything we have ever seen before is definitely something that would really hit with fans. It would make this film feel drastically different, and it would involve a story that could present itself as a way to go forward in the future with the series. And that's ultimately what this series has to do. This series has to go forward. If you look at Afterlife, you can see where Afterlife was just moving forward into this other film. Afterlife wasn't the most exciting, awesome film out there, but Afterlife served its purpose. It served its purpose very well. It knew exactly what it had to be, and it did what it had to do. It was sort of fan servicey, but at the same time, it really gave us something to look forward to. Characters we loved got to return ever so briefly while we were introduced to these new characters who would take the story forward. And now it's their time to shine. It's their time to shine in this series. We don't necessarily have to see any of the original cast die. In fact, I really wouldn't want to see that happen. But putting someone in danger, whether it's one of the new characters or one of the old characters, and having something catastrophic happen would be really cool. Doing something along those lines where we're not sure what it is we're going to be seeing, where something gives us that threat level that nobody is safe, is always a good thing in films. And this is where this should go as a series, giving us this idea that the Ghostbusters are there. Whether it's the old ones and the new ones continuing on into the next film, or whether it's just the new ones continuing on into the next film. It needs to be this state of mind moving forward that no one is safe. That's what I would like to see from this film, but I'm wondering what you guys would like to see from this film as well. What would you like to see happen in this film? Do you think the bad guy looks utterly scary? And what do you think of the fan service in the film? Do you think the fan service in this film is too much? Or does it actually make you feel more at home? Does it make you feel that way? What is your excitement level for this movie? As always, we want to know what you guys think. Make sure you leave that comment. Make sure you share this video with all of your friends. Make sure you hit that like button. It's free. It helps the channel. Miko says we need more subscribers. You don't want to disappoint Miko. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.